kids, it is I, Brain Smasher. I've got an idea. I've got a harebrained idea. I just kind of want to try something new out on the channel. Not a big deal, and it might not go well. I don't know what I'm doing. But you got to remember, sometimes a good idea doesn't always start out as a good idea. So, I don't know. I had this idea a couple of months ago to do a reaction video. I've been watching a few reactors, and it's kind of interesting. It seems to be kind of a growing thing to do on YouTube here, but I kind of want to put my own little twist on the whole setup. There's people who are just, I don't know, watching something impressive that's new to them, and their perspective is somewhat valuable because it's different or whatever, and you watch it and you go, ooh, wow, great, cool, whoa. Or somebody like there's these two guys named, they go by Lost in Vegas, and they do these, it's like a couple of black guys and they listen to metal or like classic rock, and it's like, we've never heard this, but we're going to check it out. Everybody seems to love this and we're new to it, so we're just going to dive right in and, you know, react to it. And that's fun too. But what I want to do is try out albums that are new to me that are probably not going to be very good. I had this idea, honestly, with my buddies and I when we used to sit around listening to metal records and smoking pot back in 97, 98, 99. And every once in a while we'd get a shit-ass dud and we would just wind up laughing our asses off. So anyway, that's the backstory. Fast forward a little bit. I have been making friends with this Instagrammer going by the name of Millennium Fantasy. And he and I have this kind of crossover every once in a while where I'll be talking about, or he'll be talking about an album or a band that whose prime was right around the turn of the century. And he gets like way more into this more orchestral and symphonic kind of bands than I do. You know, I dabble here and there, but we have these kind of strange intersections where I'm just really fascinated to understand what his tastes are. And sometimes he brings up these bands where I'm just like, I haven't thought about that band in years. I saw that in Displeased catalogs back in 2000 or so and never, you know, thought a second about them. Anyways, that landed me on this band called On Thorns I Lay. Now, this band is totally unfamiliar to me, and a couple of other friends have been talking about On Thorns I Lay coincidentally recently, one of them being Wayne, who a lot of you may know that I talk about on my channel a lot. So I've decided, let's give this On Thorns I Lay a shot and download a couple of their records and just give them a shot. So I put one of them on the other day for just a minute, and it did not hit the way I expected it to. And I immediately thought, stop it. Let's do a reaction video to this album and pick it apart, because it's probably not going to go very well. Now, if I know myself very well, I am thinking I'll probably wind up liking it in about 6 minutes or so. But I just thought it would be funny to kind of dive into this album. I don't know it. You probably don't know it. Millennium Fantasy probably knows it. But anyways, that's enough backstory. I want to get into this and try and figure out how to make this maybe an entertaining format of something to do on my channel. So, On Thorns I Lay's Crystal Tears album. So I apologize if something about the format of the audio isn't, you know, ideal. I'm just kind of starting from scratch here, and we will see how it goes. I have done a reaction video in the past where somebody complained that I stopped the music and talked. Now, I guess I will try and not do that, but I honestly don't think this video is going to be what you're going to go to listen to this album. So, I don't know. Like I said, I'm just going to wing it. We're going to see how this goes. I hope it's fun and entertaining enough to be worth watching. On Thorns I Lay's Crystal Tears album from 1999, play. I hope that's not too loud. We'll see. That is a hokey riff, if I ever heard one. Augmented by these violins. Oh. Kind of like a precursor to Evanescence here. Evanescence has been like haunting my life lately. It's really bizarre. This album cover has boobs on it, like a lot of albums did around this time period. Oh. Can you hear these vocals? Man, this is like all heaviness is gone. Now, okay, so it's get a little more musical. I really get turned off by those like rhythmic stop-start kind of riffs. You just can't do it, no matter how much violin you put over the top of it. But yeah. Spoken word vocals. Like is it gonna be like 8 minutes in by the time I hear any those spoken vocals are not doing anything for me. On Thorns I Lay is from Greece. Oh. The levity of this, like, subdued, more piano part is afforded by something heavy and great, and I'm not feeling either side of this. This album has a 100% review on Metal Archives, probably by Millennium Fantasy. On Thorns I Lay is known for their constant changing style, but here, with their third album, Crystal Tears, it really was a radical change in their style. They changed their previous atmospheric doom death style to some gothic metal. See, there was the strongest buildup of that song yet, and it just didn't deliver anything. It gave me the same thing that I already am not liking very well. It's rough. So the review continues. No more grunts, no more fast guitar rhythms, no more harp, no more oriental atmospheres. They now play some kind of atmospheric metal with viola, piano, and organ sound, which blend exceptionally well with heavy guitars. I guess I won't disagree that it blends well with the heavy guitars. So far though, like the drums are really hokey and just in the pocket and just deadpan. The riff is super simple. The musicality going on is just all viola, violin. I really don't know how to tell the difference between those two instruments. Hearing them, I think I can tell seeing them. The mood is especially melancholic, introspective, and meditative. everything is so gorgeous. I don't know. So track 1 is over with. That was kind of short. Well, maybe it just seemed like it. 4 minutes and 42 seconds. That just... yeah. Let's see what track 2 has to offer. Man, is that an acoustic guitar or... talk about overproduced. This is so 90s. Their previous effort, Orama, was a total masterpiece. Okay, there's those like whispery, quiet, young lady vocals going on there. She's got an alright voice. It just seems a little too like... that's as far as I'm going to imitate what I'm envisioning. There was a track on Anathema's Serenades, and the French female vocals on that were exquisite. Perfect. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's this like male whispery vocals, and they're just like panned hard to the side, like they're whispering in your ears. It just gives me the fucking willies. Stylistically, I think I could take this a little bit better, a lot better, if it wasn't so simplistic. It seems like they want to try something orchestral and kind of play with these familiar styles and themes that other bands around this time were doing, but they seem to be making it like super just like cookie and frosting, kind of easily palatable. The guitar tone is so just restrained. If it wasn't so restrained, I really think the heaviness would be there. I need this mix to be more kind of blown out. It's just everything is just kind of like crammed in here. I'm still a little sick, so pardon me. The beautiful female vocals by Marcella Buriana and male whispered vocals by Stefano reinforce so much the meditative atmosphere of Crystal Tears. I really miss this lineup. God, these are just like alternative rock riffs. Like I would have expected the drummer to go into a double bass kind of thing to kind of give it some build up and wash some interest up. They just keep toying with like, okay, part A, part B. Play part B until you miss part A. And then play part A until you miss part B, and then back and forth over and over again. I need more variety. I will say that this format of a reaction is like I'm not focusing on the music as much as I could be, I suppose. So it could be said that this maybe deserves a little bit more of my attention. Maybe I'll get better at paying closer attention But like, I don't expect to like this album. I am purposefully choosing albums that I am pretty sure with what I know are not going to be things that I like, and I think that's the fun of the whole thing. I don't want to come off too smarmy or fucking like a dick about this stuff. I think it's fun to choose an album from 20 years ago. Nobody cares. It's not like these band members are gonna see my video and be like, "We worked so hard on writing that masterpiece, you fuck." Oh, it's just... I am so not used to listening to stuff like this. Okay, kind of heavy. We got a little bit of a strumming. It's like so many of these album covers from around this time were like, imagine you got clocked in the head with a bat, and when you woke up, your eyes were out of focus, but all you could see was a pair of tits in the darkness. And pentagrams faded front to back, and boobies came and went in your imagination. All you were seeing was pentagrams and tits as you awoke from the darkness. Oh, these vocals are... So far, my favorite thing about this is the viola, violin, what have you. I'm going to look at the discography on this album, see if I have anything there. Yeah, this mix is not fun. When they do like the male-female kind of shouting back and forth, mom and dad arguing kind of vocals, it just doesn't work right. I thought about doing this with headphones on and then adding the track in later. I don't really know how to do this, how to set this up, but we'll get there. So far, I'm having fun. The drums are just so staunch and unimaginative. It's just so subdued. Like, I'm curious if this band was ever heavy, because everything here just seems so reserved and just pensive and just angelic and beautiful in a way that I don't... it doesn't work for me at all. So, my friend Millennium Fantasy, I hope you're not offended that I'm not gelling with this album. But I'm very curious to understand more of your taste. Kind of come to learn what it is you like about this. Oh man, like the worst thing about this, I think, is the male vocals that are just not artistic. They're not well performed. They don't seem believable or passionate. Like, that is... oh. It really does seem to be taking some cues from some indie rock stuff from the 90s. I really can't put my finger on any of that. Alright, track 4 starts now, I believe. maybe it just seems like we're 4 tracks in. Yeah, track 4 starts now. This is Crystal Tears 2, Losing Her. Like, I'm familiar with these themes and topics and styles and instruments when they're played in a more believable fashion, or like, I don't know, I could have seen maybe My Dying Bride going in this direction around this time. 34.788% complete was fucking weird, but I honestly think that album holds up, and I liked it back in the day. I think the main thing that annoys me about this album so far is just how it's like it's sitting on its hands. It's like it's referencing some heaviness, or maybe I'm expecting more heaviness than there ever was from this band. But they just seem to be kind of toying with these ideas of these dark emotions and feelings that I'm usually used to hearing performed in much more palatable and believable ways. This came out on Holy Records, who for a period of time put out some godly records, from stuff like Septic Flesh, Orphaned Land, Misanthrope, Tristitia, Elend, Godsend, Yearning was so great, Legenda, Nightfall, Exhumation, Separation. Right about 99 was when they started, I think, to blossom into poopiness. This seems to be some kind of intro-ish. Oh, that was boring. Alright. Rockin' tempo here. And they quit. That's all you get. Some of the comments. Now this is what I call gothic metal, with an emphasis on the metal. Like, I seriously don't think I'm being hard on this album. Ugh. Best album forever. Like, I don't expect the comments in this video to be full of criticism or anything, but here we go. He is the worst male vocalist possible to imagine. The lyrics are awfully broken English, but I still keep listening to this album. Now he's doing like the megaphone kind of whispered vocals. Oh my god. This guy has done like 3 different styles of vocals in the first 4 songs, and I don't like any of them. I was listening to the Radical Research podcast talk about Zisma today, and they got to the point of the album Lotto, and those guys talk about Lotto like it's some forgotten masterpiece that never broke through to the worldwide audience or whatever, and I can just not fucking get it. I don't hear what they're hearing, and it reminds me of something like this. I like this more than Zisma's Lotto, but it reminds me of that because of a metal band starting as a metal band, which I'm assuming on Thorns I Lay may have been earlier, but just like putting away all the knives, sitting on their hands and playing something really, really just unvenomous, ineffectual, and just milk toast. Yeah. Oh, this really has, I think, a lot to do with stuff
Red wine
like
I drink, and to the golden coast I
Evanescence.
sing.
Oh, this is hard to do. And like glancing at the reviews and the comments here, I honestly feel like in Millennium Fantasy liking this band a lot, I seriously feel like I'm the only one who doesn't get this. So, a little bit of a reveal. Back when I thought about doing an idea for this video, I listened to the first, like, maybe I said this already, 45 seconds or so of this album, and I was like, I'm not gonna like this, but it would be really funny if I reacted to it and wound up not liking it at all. Well, I don't want this video to be the entirety of the album, and we are on track 5 here. No, track 6, and I don't think we're gonna get anything different out of track 7, 8, or 9, or 10. So I think it'd be best if I cut this video short. I'm sorry, but on Thorns I Lay, Crystal Tears did not receive excellent marks from myself. This band is still active. They released an album in 2018 called Aegean Sorrow that is less well reviewed than this one. So maybe that one is a little bit different. Man, this is so formulaic, and it just keeps doing the same thing that it is. I am gonna check out maybe the debut, which is called Sounds of a Beautiful Experience. Man. So, the takeaway. The best things about this are the violin and maybe the female vocals, especially right there for a moment. She sounded really good. But like, I just don't care. The music is all so just vanilla, flat, simplistic, uninteresting, uninspired, underperformed. The production is maybe it's trying to sell the style a little bit too hard for me, but I don't know, what can you do as a producer but try and take a band's vision and do that with it. Anyways, this is hilariously not what I like at all. I hope you've enjoyed my first reaction video, and we're gonna call it a day on that one. See you next time. Let me know what you thought I could have done better about this reaction video. If you think I ought to keep on doing them or not. And yeah, we'll go from there. Maybe we can make this a little bit more of a palatable experience. And if you think there's some horrible album out there that I probably have not heard, I would like to hear your suggestions, and maybe we'll do a reaction video to it. See you next time. Thank you for watching.